Yes, we are at stage 5, paragraph page 325. 325. Okay, and our last headword was unusual, newer type of lesson. Okay, so let's start with our revision. Ready?
Yes,
Here we
ready.
go. First question. Do you think people should be more polite in the shops and streets? Do you think people should be more polite in the shops and streets? Yes,
Yes,
I
I
think
think
people
people should
should
be
be
more polite
in the
in
shops
shops
and
and street.
streets. Very good. Do you agree that students should study hard? Do you agree that students should study hard? Yes, I
Yes,
agree
I
that
agree.
students should
Students
study
should
hard.
study hard.
Do you agree that young people should help the old? Do you agree that young people should help the old? Yes,
Yes,
I
I
agree that
agree.
young
Their
people
young people
should
should help
help
the
the old.
old.
What should we do when somebody is dangerously ill? What should we do when somebody is dangerously ill? When
When
somebody is
somebody is
dangerously ill,
dangerously,
we should
we
immediately
should
call
immediately call
an
an
ambulance.
ambulance.
Very good. What do you think you should do if you want to make a lot of money? What do you think you should do if you want to make a lot of money? If you want
If
to make
you want to
a
make
lot
a
of
lot of
money,
money,
I think you should.
I think you should work
Like,
hard.
very good. I thought rob a bank. That's bad. Okay, next. Do you correct your dictations during the lesson? Do you correct your dictations during the lesson? Yes or no?
No, I don't correct my dictation during the lesson.
I correct them
I
after.
correct after the lesson.
Very good. In a Callan method lesson, does the teacher correct your grammatical mistakes? In a Callan method lesson, does the teacher correct your grammatical mistakes? Yes.
Yes,
In a
in a
Callan
car
method lesson,
method
the
lesson,
teacher
the teacher
corrects my
corrects
grammatical
my
mistakes.
grammatical mistake
Very good. How can
during
uh, how
the yeah,
how can we correct our mistake in our pronunciation? How can we correct our mistakes in our pronunciation? We can
we
correct
can
our
correct our
mistakes in
mistakes
our
in our
pronunciation by
pronunciation
listening and
by listening
speaking
and
as much as
speaking as
possible.
much as possible.
Very good. If you have a problem with a colleague at work, should you speak to your boss about it? If you have a problem with your colleague at work, should you speak to your boss about it? Yes. If I
Yes,
have a
if I have
problem
a
with a
problem with
colleague at
a
work,
colleague
I
at
should
work,
speak
I
to
should
my
speak
boss
to
about
my
it.
boss about it.
Very good. Can smoking cause health problems? Can smoking cause health problems? Yes,
Yes,
smoking can
smoking
cause
can
health
cause
problems.
health problems.
In history, have many people died for the causes of freedom and justice? In history, have many people died for the causes of freedom and justice? Yes, in
Yes, in
history, many
history,
people
many
have
people
died
have died
for the causes
for
of
the
freedom
causes
and
of
justice.
freedom and justice.
Very good. As we have now studied about 1,000 words and a lot of the grammar, can you hold a simple conversation in English? As we have now studied about 1,000 words and a lot of the grammar, can you hold a simple conversation in English? Yes.
Yes,
As we have
I
now
as
studied
we have now studied
about a thousand
about a
words and
thousand
a lot
words
of the
and a
grammar,
lot of
I
grammar,
can hold a
I can
simple
hold a simple
conversation in
conversation in
English.
English.
Well, as you are not tall enough to reach the ceiling, what would you have to do if you wanted to reach it? As you are not tall enough to reach the ceiling, what would you have to do if you wanted to reach it? As I am
As
not
I'm
tall
not
enough
tall enough
to
to
reach the
touch the
ceiling,
ceiling, to reach the
I
ceiling,
would have to
I
put a
would have
chair
to
on
put
the
a chair
table
on the
and
table
stand on the
and
chair
stand on the
if
chair.
I wanted
If
to
I
reach it.
wanted,
To reach it.
if I want to reach it,
If I wanted to reach it.
if I wanted to reach it.
Yeah, but that's dangerous. Very good. Okay. Give me a sentence with the words that is in it. Give me a sentence with the words that is in it, please. Everyone loves that
Everyone
film.
loves that
That
film.
is
That is
everybody I've spoken to.
everybody I've spoken it
We will
to.
go to the cinema. We will go to
We
the
we will
cinema
go
this
to the
evening.
cinema this
That
evening. That
is
is,
if we
if
have
we
enough
have
money.
enough money.
Regid, have you ever broken any of the bones in your body? Have you ever broken of the bones in your body? Yes or no?
Yes,
I've
I've
broken any.
broken
Yes,
any.
yes, I've broken
Yes, I've broken
some bones. One
some
bone.
bone.
One or some? How many? One only.
Bone.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Yes, I've broken a
broken
bone in my
a bone
body.
in my body.
When and how? When and how? When I
Uh,
was.
when I was a high school student
Uh-huh.
during the club activities.
So you fell on the ground like
Yeah.
that. Be careful next
Yeah.
time. Okay, next. What's the plural of life? What's the plural of life? The
The
plural of
plural
life
of
is
life is
lives.
lives.
Do you think the lives of the poor are happier than those of the rich? Do you think the lives of the poor are happier than those of the rich? Yes or no?
Yes,
I
I
think
think
the
the
lives
life
of the
of
poor are
the poor are
happier than
happier
those of
than
the
those of
rich.
the rich.
Very good. Make a sentence with the words although in it. Make a sentence with the word although in it, please. Although the food
Although
was
the
not
food
very
was
nice,
not very
I
nice,
ate it
I
because
because
I
I
I was
was
hungry.
hungry.
Very good. Although you're now able to hold a simple conversation in English, do you think you should keep studying? Although you're now able to hold a simple conversation in English, do you think you should keep studying? Yes,
Yes,
although I'm
although
now
I'm
able
not
to hold
able to
a
hold
simple
a simple
conversation in
conversation in
English,
English,
I think I should
I
keep
think I should
studying.
keep studying.
Are some people always happy although they have problems in their lives? Are some people always happy although they have problems in their lives? Yes,
Yes,
some
some
people are
people you
always
are
happy
always happy,
although they have
although they
problems
have
in their
problems
lives.
in their lives.
Very good. Is there a restaurant near there that cooks tasty food? Is there a restaurant near there that cooks tasty food? Yes or no?
Yes,
There's a
there is
restaurant
a restaurant
near here
near
that
here
cooks
that
tasty food.
cooks tasty food.
Is it difficult to cook pasta? Is it difficult to cook pasta? No,
No,
it
it
isn't
isn't
difficult.
difficult to cook pasta.
It's
It's
easy.
easy.
Are you a good cook? Are you a good cook? Yes or yes?
No, I'm
Yeah,
not a good cook.
very good. But I'm good in eating also. Okay. Do you think that all the countries of the world should be independent? Do you think that all the countries of the world should be independent? Yes or no?
Yes, I
I think
think all
that
the
all the
countries
countries
that
of the
all the
world
countries of the
should
world
be
should be
independent.
independent.
Very good. Do many European languages have their origins in Latin? Do many European languages have their origins in Latin? Yes,
Yes,
many
many
European
European
languages have their origins
languages have their origin
in
in
Latin.
Latin.
Very good. Why don't you take this book home with you after the lesson? Why don't you take this book home with you after the lesson? I don't take
I
that
don't
book
take
home
that
with
book
me
home
after the
after
lesson
the lesson
because it doesn't
because it
belong to
doesn't
me.
belong to me.
Very good. One more. I don't take
I
that
don't
book
take
home with me
home with me
after the lesson
after the
because
lesson
it
because
doesn't
it
belong to
doesn't
me.
belong to me.
Very good. Who does this pen belong to? Who does this pen belong to? That pen
That pen
belongs to you.
belongs to you.
Very good. If a factory belonged to you, do you think you would be able to make a lot of money? If a factory belonged to you, do you think you would be able to make a lot of money? Yes. If
Yes,
a
if a
factory belonged
factory
to me,
belonged to
I
me,
think I would be
think I
able
would be
to make a
to
lot of
make a
money.
lot of money.
Very good. What can we use instead of would be able in conditional sentences? What can we use instead of would be able in conditional sentences? We can
We
use
can
could
use could
instead of would be
instead of
able
the would be
in
able in
conditional sentences.
conditional sentences.
Give me an example. Give me an example, please. If I was a
If
bird,
I was a
I
bird,
could fly.
could fly.
Very good. Now I'm going to ask you some questions with could and you answer with would be able or vice versa, okay?
Okay.
Okay, here we go. If you were very, very tall, could you touch the ceiling? If you were very, very tall, could you touch the ceiling? Yes, if
Yes,
I
if
were
I
very,
were
very
very,
tall,
very
I
tall,
would be able to
would be
touch the
able
ceiling.
to touch a ceiling.
If you were a doctor, would you be able to help people who were ill? If you were a doctor, would you be able to help people who were ill? Yes, if
Yes,
I were a
if
doctor,
I were a
I could
doctor,
help
I
people
could
who were
help
ill.
people who
Who were
I
ill?
poor.
One more.
I
Yes,
yes, one more. Yes, if
if
I
I were
were
a doctor,
a
I
doctor,
could help
I
people
could help
who
people
were ill.
who were ill.
Very good. If you were as strong as a horse, could you lift a man above your head with only one hand? If you were as strong as a horse, could you lift a man above your head with only one hand? Yes, if
Yes,
I
if
were
I
as
were
strong as a
as strong
horse, I
as
would be
horse,
able
I would be
to
able
lift a
to
man
lift a
above my
man
head
above my
with
head
only one
with
hand.
only one hand.
Very good. Okay, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? You're going to
You're
throw your
going to
pen
slow your
at
pen
the
out
window.
the window.
Do you think you could throw a stone further than I can? Do you think you could throw a stone further than I can? Yes or no?
No,
I
I
don't
don't
think
think
I could throw a
I
stone
could throw
further
a
than you
stone
can.
further than you can.
Very good. Is Napoleon alive? Is Napoleon alive? No,
No,
Napoleon isn't
Napoleon
alive.
isn't alive.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Very good. Okay, what am I doing? What am I doing? You're dropping your
You are
pen
dropping your
on the
pen
table.
on the table.
What's the pen doing? What's the pen doing? The pen's
The
dropping
pen dropping
on the table.
on the table.
Very good. What would happen if I drop a glass on the floor? What would happen if I drop a glass on the floor? If you
If
drop a
you
glass
drop
on
a
the
glass
floor,
on the floor,
it would
it
break.
would break.
What's the longest you have ever gone without drinking a drop of water? What's the longest you have ever gone without drinking a drop of water? The longest
The
I've
longest
ever gone
I've ever
without
gone
drinking
without a,
a,
drinking
a
a
drop
drop
of
of
water is,
water is 10 hours.
oh, very long. What happened to President Kennedy? What happened to President Kennedy? President
President
Kennedy was
Kennedy was
assassinated
assassinated
in
in
1963.
1963.
Greg, did anything unusual happen to you yesterday? Did anything unusual happen to you yesterday? Yes or no?
No,
Nothing
nothing
unusual happened
unusual
to me
happened to
yesterday.
me yesterday.
Very good. Is it usual for people in your country to eat hot food for breakfast? Is it usual for people in your country to eat hot food for breakfast? Yes or no?
Yes,
It's
it's
usual for
usual
people
for people
in
in
my
my
country
country
to eat hot
to
food
eat hot
for
food
breakfast.
for breakfast.
Very good. Is it unusual for children to find coffee tasty? Is it unusual for children to find coffee tasty? Yes,
Yes,
it's
it's
unusual
unusual
for
for
children
children
to find
to
coffee
find
tasty.
coffee tasty.
Very good. Okay, and that's the end of our revision. Let's have new work. Very good, very fast. Okay, so repeat. Still,
Still,
yet,
yet,
in progress.
in progress.
Very good. Okay, listen. Okay, here we go. So, we use the word still for something that is in progress at the moment, whereas we use yet for something that has not begun or happened. For example, it is still summer. It isn't autumn yet. It's still 2023. It isn't 2024 yet. It's still Friday. It isn't Saturday yet. Okay. We generally use still in positive sentences, whereas we generally use yet in questions and negative sentences, but not always. We must learn when to use still and when to use yet by practice. Okay. In progress means happening now and not yet finished. In progress. For example, our lesson hasn't finished yet. It's still in progress. Okay, so let's practice. What's the difference between still and yet? What's the difference between still and yet? The difference
The
between
difference
still
between
and yet
still and
is
yet
that we
is
use
that we
still
use
for
still
something
for
that is in
something that
progress
is in progress
at the moment.
i-
At the
at the
moment.
moment,
Whereas we
whereas
use
we
yet
use
for
yet
something
for
that
something
has not
that
begun
has
or
not
happened.
begun or
We
happened.
generally use
We
still
generally
in
use still
positive
in positive
sentences,
sentences,
whereas we
whereas
generally
we
use
generally
yet
use
in
yes
questions
in
and
question
negative
and
sentences.
negative sentences.
Give me some examples. Give me some examples, please. It's still summer.
It's still
It
summer.
isn't
It
autumn yet.
isn't autumn yet.
Has the lesson finished yet? Has the lesson finished yet? No, the
No,
lesson
the
hasn't
lesson
finished yet.
hasn't finished
It's
yet.
still in
It's
progress.
still in progress.
Megan, have we finished speaking yet? Have we finished speaking yet? No, we
No, we
haven't
haven't
finished
finished speaking
speaking.
yet.
We're still speaking.
We are still speaking.
Megan, have they gone home yet? Have they gone home yet? No, they
No,
haven't
they
gone home
haven't
yet.
got home
They're
yet.
still
They're
here.
still here.
Very good. Has the autumn begun yet? Has autumn begun yet? No,
No,
autumn
autumn
hasn't
hasn't
begun yet.
begun yet.
It's still
It's still
summer.
summer.
Right? Will I still be in this country in 2 weeks' time? Will I still be in this country in 2 weeks' time? Yes, you'll still
Yes,
be
you
in that
still be
country,
still be
in
sorry
that country
in that country
in 2 weeks' time.
in 2 weeks' time.
Very good. Next, repeat special.
Special.
Very good. Okay, listen. Special is an adjective. It means not ordinary or usual, but different in some way and often better and more important. For example, today is an ordinary day. It's nothing special. So it's so day. Okay. Next, repeat clean,
Clean.
dirty,
Dirty.
dirt,
Uh,
dirt,
dirt.
know of.
Know of.
We're gonna listen. Clean is an adjective. It means without any dirt, marks, etc. For example, after washing, our hands are clean. Dirty is an adjective. It means not clean. It's not. It's the opposite of clean, dirty. For example, before washing, our hands are dirty.
Dirty.
The bottoms of our shoes aren't clean, they're dirty.
Mm.
Dirt is a noun. It means anything that makes things dirty, such as mud, dust, stain, etc. For example, I think the dirt of the country is less unpleasant than the dirt of the city, of the farm, etc. Know of, when we say know of, it's a phrasal verb. It means to know that something or someone exists and who, what, or where they are. For example, I think Calgary in Canada is the cleanest city I know of. Let's practice. Are the bottoms of your shoes clean? Are the bottoms of your shoes clean? No, the
No,
bottoms of
but the
my
bottom of
shoes
my
aren't
shoes
clean.
are
They're
unclean. It's
dirty.
they're dirty.
When our shoes are dirty, what should we do? When our shoes are dirty, what should we do? When our
When
shoes are
our shoes are
dirty, we should
dirty,
clean
we
them.
should clean them.
Which do you think is the cleanest city you know of? Which do you think is the cleanest city you know of? I think
I think that
the
Tokyo
is
is
the
the
cleanest city
clean
I
city
know of.
I know of.
Very good. And which do you think is the dirtiest? Which do you think is the dirtiest? I think
I think Osaka
it's
is
the
the
dirtiest.
dirtiest city I
It,
know of.
very good. Maybe it's so busy also. Very good. Okay. Which do you think is less unpleasant? The dirt of the city, the dirt of the country, of the farm, etc. Which do you think is less unpleasant? The dirt of the city or the dirt of the country, of the farm, etc. I think the dirt of
I
the
think the dirt of the worm
is less
is
unpleasant
the less unpleasant
than the dirt of the
than
city,
the dirt of the
of
city,
the country,
the of the country,
etc.
etc.
Very good. Next, repeat. To be afraid.
To be afraid.
Very good. Okay, listen. To be afraid means to be frightened of something or someone. To be afraid. For example, I was afraid of the dark when I was a little child. People shake when they feel very afraid. Let's practice. Do you remember if you were afraid of the dark when you were a little child? Do you remember if you were afraid of the dark when you were a little child? Yes or no?
Yes,
I
I
remember. I
remember.
was afraid of the
I
dark
was
when
afraid.
I was afraid of
I
the
was
dark
afraid of the dark
when
when
I
I
was
was
a
a
little.
little child.
Weged, would you be afraid to go around the world in a small open boat? Would you be afraid to go around the world in a small open boat? Yes or no?
Yes,
I'd
I
be
would be afraid
to
of
go round the
to
world
go around
in a
the world
small
in a
open boat.
small open boat.
Do people shake when they feel very afraid? Do people shake when they feel very afraid? Yes,
Yes,
people shake
people
when they
shake
feel
when they
very afraid.
feel very afraid.
Very good. Next, repeat. Guard.
Guard,
On your guard.
on your guard,
Off your guard.
off your guard.
Very good. Okay, listen. Guard is a verb. It means to keep safe from harm, watch over, or protect something from happening. For example, the best way to guard against becoming ill is to eat healthy food, sleep well, and do exercise. On your guard means you are being careful because you think a situation might become difficult or dangerous. For example, we must be on our guard when we buy something from a man selling things in the street because maybe we won't be able to find him again if there's a problem with the thing we bought. Off your guard is the opposite of on your guard. It means you're not guarding it. Let's practice. What's the best way to guard against becoming ill? What's the best way to guard against becoming ill? The best
The
way
best
to
way
guard
to
against
guard
becoming ill
against
is
becoming
to eat
ill
healthy
is to
food,
eat healthy
sleep
food,
well,
sleep
and do
well, and
exercise.
do exercises.
Must we be on our guard when we buy something from a man selling things in the street? Must we be on our guard when we buy something from a man selling things in the street? Yes, we
Yes,
must
we
be on
must
our
be
guard
on our guard
when we buy
when
something
we buy
from a
something
man
from
selling
a man
things in the
selling
street.
things in the street
Why? Why? Because maybe
because
we
maybe
won't be
we
able
won't
to
be able
find
to
him again
find him
if
again
there's a
if there's some
w-
problem
problem with the thing we
with
bought.
the thing we bought.
Wait, what's the opposite of on your guard? What's the opposite of on your guard? The
The
opposite of
opposite
on your
of
guard
on your guard
is
is off your guard.
very good. Okay, so now let's move on to reading.
Okay.
Very good, very fast. Okay, reading is at stage 4, paragraph page, stage for 240. Okay,
Okay.
and our last head word was public holiday. Okay, so please
Public.
start at paragraph page 241, head word show.
Okay. Shall. Okay.
Show.
Shall. Suggestion. Okay. When do we use shall instead of will? We use shall when we are making a
Oh,
suggestion with a
start reading at page 241.
241. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. So.
Show.
Sorry. Okay. So, show me your book, please. What
Mhm,
are you doing? I'm showing you my book. Can you show me the way to the station from here? Yes, I can show you the way to the station from here.
mhm,
Kill tiger. Do tigers kill other animals for food? Yes, tigers kill other animals for food. Do you like films in which lots of people get killed? No, I don't like films in which lots of people get killed. Queen, head. Are there many countries in the world which have a queen as a head of the government? No, there aren't many countries in the world which have a queen as a head of the government. Blood. What color is blood? Blood red. Offer. Company. In company. Chocolate. Chocolates. When you are eating chocolates in company, do you offer them round? Yes, and when I'm eating chocolate in company, I offer them round. If I offer you £1,000,000, will you take it? Yes, if you offer me £1,000,000, I'll take it.
mhm,
Life, death. In the past, what's the opposite of life? The opposite of life is death. Do you think life is more present for children or adult? I think life is more present for adult. Do you think life is harder these days than it was the past? Yes. Uh,
yeah.
no, I
No.
don't think
Life
life
is.
is harder these days than it was in the past. I think it's easier.
Mhm,
In your country, what color do you use for death? In my country, we use black for death. Is this a present subject to speak about? No, this isn't a present subject to speak about. Suggest exercise. What do doctors suggest doing for a healthy life? Doctors suggest eating healthy food and getting lots of fresh air and exercise for a healthy life. Where do you suggest he goes for his holiday next year? I suggest he goes to Kyoto for
mhm.
his holiday next year. Tomorrow I'll buy a new shirt. What color do you suggest I buy? I suggest you buy a blue shirt. Is he want to see a film tonight? Which film do you suggest he sees? I suggest he sees Titanic.
Mhm, mhm.
What do you suggest I do this weekend? I suggest you do exercise this weekend.
Yeah, very good.
Okay, tonight. What time will we go to bed tonight? I'll go to bed at 11 tonight. What will you do before going to bed tonight? I will watch TV, read, go to the cinema, etc. before going to bed tonight. Tired, tired of. Are you tired at the moment? No, I'm not tired at the moment. What do you do when you feel tired? When I feel tired, I go to bed. Are you tired of studying? No, I'm not tired of studying. Okay, turn over. What am I doing? You are turning round. If you turn round, what will you see? If I turn round, I'll see a picture, etc.
Okay, very good. Shall we stop there for today? But very good reading, very good dictation, and very